Without words, without writing, and without books there would be no history, there could be no concept of humanity. They both listened silently to the water, which to them was not just water but the voice of life, the voice of being, the voice of perpetual becoming. I have always believed, and I still believe, that whatever good or bad fortune may come our way, we can always give it meaning and transform it into something of value. I wanted only to try to live in accord with the promptings which came from my true self. Why was that so very difficult? The call of death is a call of love. Death can be sweet if we answer it in the affirmative, if we accept it as one of the great eternal forms of life and transformation. An enlightened man had but one duty: to seek the way to himself, to reach inner certainty, to grope his way forward no matter where it led. You know quite well, deep within you, that there is only a single magic, a single power, a single salvation, and that is called loving. Well, then, love your suffering. Do not resist it, do not flee from it. It is your aversion that hurts, nothing else. It is not our purpose to become each other, it is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is. We are sun and moon, dear friend, we are sea and land. It is not our purpose to become each other, it is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is, each the other's opposite and complement. Youth ends when egotism does, maturity begins when one lives for others. We are not going in circles, we are going upwards. The path is a spiral, we have already climbed many steps. Words do not express thoughts very well. They always become a little different immediately after they are expressed, a little distorted, a little foolish. Within you there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. At one time I had given much thought to why men were so very rarely capable of living for an ideal. Now I saw that many know all men were capable of dying for one. The middle class prefers comfort to pleasure, convenience to liberty, and a pleasant temperature to the deathly inner consuming fire. And the vessel was not full, his intellect was not satisfied, his soul was not at peace, his heart was not still. You show the world as a complete unbroken chain, an eternal chain linked together by cause and effect. I have known it for a long time, but I have only just experienced it. Now I know it not only with my intellect, but with my eyes, with my heart, with my stomach. Meaning and reality were not hidden somewhere behind things, they were in them, in all of them. Our mind is capable of passing beyond the dividing line we have drawn for it. Beyond the pairs of opposites of which the world consists, other, new insights begin. The man of power is ruined by power, the man of money by money, the submissive man by subservience, the pleasure seeker by pleasure. I call that man awake who with conscious knowledge and understanding can perceive the deep unreasoning powers in his soul, his whole innermost strength, desire and weakness, and knows how to reckon with himself. Knowledge can be communicated, but wisdom cannot. A man can find it, he can live it, he can be filled and sustained by it, but he cannot utter or teach it. The sacred sense of beyond, of timelessness of a world which had an eternal value and the substance of which was divine had been given back to me today by this friend of mine who taught me dancing. And so Gautama wandered into the town to obtain alms, and the two Samamas recognized him only by his complete peacefulness of demeanor, by the stillness of his form in which there was no seeking, no will, no counterfeit, no effort, only light and peace. You treat world history as a mathematician does mathematics, in which nothing but laws and formulas exist, no reality, no good and evil, no time, no yesterday, no tomorrow, nothing but an eternal, shallow, mathematical present. People with courage and character always seem sinister to the rest. What constitutes a real, live human being is more of a mystery than ever these days, and men, each one of whom is a valuable, unique experiment on the part of nature, are shot down wholesale. Whither will my path yet lead me? This path is stupid, it goes in spirals, perhaps in circles, but whichever way it goes I will follow it. To be able to throw oneself away for the sake of a moment, to be able to sacrifice years for a woman's smile, that is happiness. What I always hated and detested and cursed above all things was this contentment, this healthiness and comfort, this carefully preserved optimism of the middle classes, this fat and prosperous brood of mediocrity. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. People are afraid because they have never owned up to themselves. There is, so I believe, in the essence of everything, something that we cannot call learning. There is, my friend, only a knowledge that is everywhere. Knowledge can be communicated, but not wisdom. One can find it, live it, be fortified by it, do wonders through it, but one cannot communicate and teach it. One must find the source within one's own self, one must possess it. Everything else was seeking a detour and error. They slept profoundly, desperately, greedily, as though for the last time, as though they had been condemned to stay awake forever and had to drink in all the sleep in the world during these last hours. Solitude is independence. It had been my wish, and with the years I have attained it. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Not in his speech, not in his thoughts, I see his greatness, only in his actions in his life. Hermann Hesse.